Greetings, I'm Teresa, and I'm excited to guide you through the transformative journey of embracing the power of whole food and holistic wellness. In a world filled with perplexing messages about whole foods, organic choices, and other dietary considerations, it's time to simplify the narrative for you in this video. Remember, you are not just what you eat, but you are also what your food ate. Isn't that a profound notion? In essence, if the chicken you consumed was exposed to hormones, then you too were exposed to hormones. If a cow's diet consisted of GMO corn, your diet indirectly includes GMO corn. Your remarkable body breaks down the food you consume, and quite literally, it becomes you. It shapes your organs, influences your hair, radiates through your skin, powers your brain, and even shapes your emotions and thoughts. Every morsel you place in your mouth has a profound impact on every single cell in your being. So regardless of whether you follow a gluten-free protocol, Tuesday's rainy day ice cream tradition, or simply savor your meat, your diet can be elevated through a focus on plant-based nourishment. Let me clarify. Embracing a plant-centric approach doesn't entail abandoning your preferences. It simply calls for a restructuring of your meal so that the majority of your plate is filled with vegetables, fruits, legumes, beans, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Prioritizing plant-based foods empowers your body to access the essential nutrients it requires to function at its optimal capacity. Within this lesson, we'll explore the critical distinction between foods from nature and foods in nature. You'll discover how to set thoughtful, health-oriented living goals. We'll also delve into the intricacies of organic and non-organic food choices and touch upon the topic of GMOs, hormones, and other potential health concerns. As you contemplate your next meal, yourself, where does my food come from? While it's true that you might lose weight by consuming the right number of calories from processed treats like Twinkies or chocolate chip cookies, we both understand that you'd feel far from your best. If your journey leads you towards a healthier you, as opposed to merely a smaller you, then it's time to bid farewell to the processed, factory-made junk. Embrace foods that emerge from the earth, not those concocted in a manufacturing plant. Transitioning to a healthier eating is a gradual process that begins with an honest assessment of your current habits and aspirations. It's your imperative to determine your ultimate food grade goal. Are you aiming for average, good, better, or perhaps even best? Personally, I find comfort in the realm of better or best, and what I affectionately term a B+ eating standard. This allows for a mostly wholesome diet while still accommodating occasional indulgences. Deprivation, in my view, is not a sustainable path to wellness, not at all. It's vital to be pragmatic when crafting your goals and take smaller progressive steps as you advance on your journey. Allow me to share a word of caution drawn from years of experience. Leaping directly from an unhealthy diet to the best, most perfect diet often results in disappointment. Such lofty aspirations contribute to the high failure rate observed in dieting endeavors. The absence of allowances for planned indulgences or unplanned hiccups along the way is akin to attempting to walk a tightrope. In most cases, it doesn't end well, and individuals often find themselves in worse shape than when they began. My advice: avoid the tightrope and instead adopt a strategy of gradual, sustainable change. It's worth noting that the cost of food can be substantial, and the prospect of purchasing pricey organic items may not be the most pleasant news. However, it's imperative to recognize the significance of your food choices. Each year, the Environmental Working Group, the EWG, compiles its Dirty Dozen list supported by compelling research. These findings should guide your choices, as foods included in the Dirty Dozen list are best avoided. For instance, a single grape sample is found to contain 15 pesticides, while celery, cherry tomato, snap peas, and strawberries were shown to harbor 14 pesticides. Do you want to consume pesticides? I really don't. So where should you direct your organic food dollars? Let me share that list with you. Ready? Bell peppers, celery, potatoes, snap peas, spinach, apples, strawberries, cherry tomatoes, grapes, nectarines, peaches, and cucumbers. If you can't access or afford the organic version of these foods, it's really best to refrain from consuming them. In your worksheet materials, you'll find a comprehensive list of both the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. Now let's address the topic of genetically modified organisms, commonly referred to as GMOs. This subject generates considerable discourse for a reason. Remarkably, a survey reveals that 60% of Americans believe they have never consumed GM foods, a belief that contradicts the fact that GM ingredients are present in approximately 70% of products in grocery stores. For decades, scientists have been manipulating the genetic composition of plants and animals to introduce desirable traits into these organisms. This practice results in the creation of genetically modified organisms, GMOs. It's essential to acknowledge that GMOs have not been conclusively proven safe, and the long-term implications for our health and environment remain unknown. This uncertainty is a significant cause for concern. To safeguard your well-being, it's prudent to seek out non-GMO products during your grocery shopping trips. Why, you might wonder, do scientists and manufacturers such as DuPont, Dow Chemical, and Monsanto engage in these practices? The motivation behind these actions vary, but some driving factors include enhancing the taste, nutritional quality, and overall product excellence, which in turn can lead to increased profitability. Additionally, GMOs can offer resistance to viruses and insects, resulting in dramatic food production increases. Consider this startling fact. 80% of all corn grown in the US is genetically modified. It's astonishing, right? Given the lack of conclusive evidence regarding the long-term effects of GMOs, as well as the potential repercussions of consuming hormones and similar substances. It's crucial to shop wisely. A report from Cornell University reveals that girls are experiencing puberty at younger ages, and boys are facing issues like breast enlargement, all attributed to hormones present in their meat and dairy. As previously emphasized, you are what you eat or ate. If your chicken isn't free from hormones, or if it's not organic or raised in humane conditions, you might want to reconsider including it in your diet. I wholeheartedly encourage the selection of hormone-free, free-range poultry, grass-fed beef, and sustainably sourced fish that have lived their lives in natural environments rather than in cages. Knowing the source and quality of your food is pivotal. So how can you decipher what you're buying? It's as simple as inspecting the 4 or 5-digit number on the product sticker. Conventionally grown food is designated by a 4-digit code beginning with a 3 or 4, while organic and non-GMO foods bear a 5-digit code. Organically grown items commence with a 9, and GMOs start with an 8. The time has come to take action. Dedicate moments to determine your aspirations for a healthier dietary journey. Are you aiming for a C, a B, or perhaps even an A+ on your food consumption report card? Remember, this is your life, and you retain the prerogative to set your objectives. Outline realistic steps that will lead you towards your desired destination. That's the crux of it. The rest is in your hands as you explore and complete the accompanying worksheets. My hope is that this video has provided clarity and a practical blueprint for wise food choices. Spend your food dollars cautiously, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video on our path to holistic being.